So I was watching him work in the studio. He was working on watercolors, and at the time he was creating a storyboard for Sybil. And I was helping him just by giving him some feedback. And I realized that there was a lot of potential for him if he went into digital.
Unexpectedly, when I was in high school, I started drawing stuff. I stumbled upon an art class and I kind of wanted to try it out. And since then, it's been my passion. My name is Tsochoy. My last name is Go, and I'm usually an artist in residence of Joshua Creek.
And he wound up creating an incredible first work of art based on Sybil's first story that she wrote, short story. And we were just blown away by it. He has a natural sense of color, of space, of distance, and he brings in his own imagination to Sybil's stories, and he creates a story beyond the story. And if you ask him, he'll tell you all about it.
I usually draw like creatures, what else? I kind of draw some landscapes with some weird stuff on it. It kind of represents the mood that I've ever see. Sometimes whenever I see something, I kind of draw it, and it goes to especially my sketchbook. Usually I kind of think about it in my head.
I don't believe he could go a day without doing art. At home and here, he's sketching every single day. The characters that are alive in his imagination, he brings to life on the paper, and it comes so naturally to him, and it brings him joy that it's like breathing to him. So I don't believe that Tsochoy would ever stop doing art.
The title is called Heart's Delight, and Sybil and I talked about it, and usually it's about this old lady who has this blanket that changed people's lives. That's what Sybil said, and we've discussed about it though, and I just decided that why not just make it on the computer.
On a personal level, watching Tsochoy succeed and share his work in the gallery and receive compliments on his work from visitors, I feel very proud of him, and I feel like he's an extension of my family. He's like one of my children. That sense of pride is so real, and when I see him reaching out to hug Sybil or saying a gracious thank you to someone who compliments his work, he's just beaming. I feel such great pride in who he's becoming and how he's embracing what he does fully. So it's very rewarding work.
An old woman, sitting high above the street, looked down and murmured, "I am old and useless. I have nothing to offer." A beam of light shone down and dazzled her, and took away her dark thoughts. So she changed her tune to, what can I offer? It occurred to her that with her years of experience in living, that surely she did have something to offer. She gazed at her old wrinkled hands, wiggled each finger, thought for a moment, and went to her cupboard. Carefully, she selected a multitude of threads and a needle. She began to mingle, knot, and embroider. As she played the colors together, she became lost in the wonder of them. Memories of flowers, of spring, of laughter, family and friends flooded over her. So she worked day after day, not even aware of what she was making. One day it was finished, and she sat back saying to herself, "I am so happy. I have made my heart's delight." Just then, a neighbor knocked on her door, saying, "You have been so quiet. I came to see if you had passed away." When the neighbor's eyes fell upon the rainbow web, she fell back in amazement. The old lady exclaimed, "Oh, I am so happy. I have made my heart's delight." One by one, the folk in the apartment house came to visit and gaze upon the heart's delight, then returning to their domiciles, refreshed and at ease. A rich son heard about it and turned up. Of course, he wanted it for himself. Well, what have you to offer?" queried the old lady. "Money and greed," he replied. But when he went to pick it up, his sense of richness and want drained away. Instantly, he became contrite. "I am sorry," he said. I have no right to take this for myself." He thanked her and went away. Just then, a television crew came. "Can we film your heart's delight?" "Well, what have you to offer?" asked the old lady. "Fame and fortune," they replied. But when they aimed their cameras on the heart's delight, it became invisible and they could see nothing. Puzzled, yet wiser, they left. A robber found out about it and thought he would steal it. As the lady was old and never left her home, he knocked boldly on her door and came in declaring, "I hear you have a great treasure. I will take it from you. I am big and strong, and you are frail and weak." Again she said, "But what do you have to offer?" The robber answered, "It is not my profession to offer, but to grab." So he did, dodging past her to the table. But the minute he touched it, his robberishness disappeared. He hung his head in shame and began to weep, howling, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry." He stumbled out the door. The old lady was becoming amused by these visits. A stray thought passed through her head. "Well, there must be something remarkable about my heart's delight. It has the oddest effect on certain people. Some come just to see it and are happy, and others seem to change. What could it be?" In her simple way, she gazed at her work and pondered about its vivid color. When she grasped it with both hands, she was overcome by a sense of total joy. "Now it is time to offer myself." And off she flew.